All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to the next. Ramadan is a holy month of worship, study of the Quran, prayer, and fasting. Muslims all over the world, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, race, or color, participate in fasting for the entire month of Ramadan. Aside fasting, they are also supposed to stay away from impurities and other pleasures. Still wondering what the whole fasting season is about? Do not worry, because we will be sharing with you some facts you should know about Ramadan. Here are 5 facts you should know about Ramadan. This is the Daily Top 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch me.
And at number 1, the moon determines the start of Ramadan. Now, the start of Ramadan can vary in different places, as people still rely on someone seeing the new moon first. Ramadan date also differs annually, as it all depends on the calendar that year.
That's very true, because Wednesday evening, people were just there and they were waiting on the moon, on the announcements. And I think it was at night that, they saw it, and, the news went around, like, because people had always been speculating, like, fast will start on Thursday. But once it was that time and people saw the moon, it just went around like, okay, so fast will start on Thursday. And so it commenced on Thursday.
Yeah, very true.
All right, let's talk about the next one. Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Fasting during the month of Ramadan, also known as Som, is one of the major religious beliefs and practices in Islam. It is one of Islam's 5 pillars, which is made of salat, prayer, shahada, on affirmation that there is no deity besides God and his prophet, Muhammad, zakat, charity, and hajj, taken at least once in a lifetime pilgrimage to Mecca. And of course, this is it. We talk about this every year. And I think everybody is actually familiar with the pilgrimage going to Mecca. That's Hajj. And they are familiar with, if you're not familiar with Sahar, you know that it is charity. Like even during this fast, as you're fasting, you are giving to the less privileged too.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean.
And then there's this thing we always say, prayer without works is nothing. So you need to work for it. The same way when you give alms, even for Catholics, when we fast during Lent, they tell you, prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, they work hand in hand together.
Oh, wow, beautiful. Okay, I'm learning so much.
Oh, wow.
All right, on third on our list, exclusion from the fast. Some of the people exempted from fasting during Ramadan are pregnant women, women who are breastfeeding, and people who are physically and mentally ill. Individuals who are traveling, engaged in hard labor, and women on their period can also skip some days and make up for the days missed later. Children don't usually fast until they are 10 years old.
Yeah, and very, very old people too do not fast, because, I mean, it's about the strength, so, yeah, that's right.
I'm actually trying to remember the age grade, either from 50 or 60 upward. But then the one of ladies on their menstrual cycle and all of that, they believe that at that period, you are impure. And you can always make up for it later. Like the very first time I heard about this was when I was young, and I was like, okay, wow, interesting.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right, there is a time frame to eat. People fasting only eat before the sun rises and after the sun sets. The meal taken before sunrise is called sahur, which means of the dawn, while the meal taken after sunset is called iftar, which means a break of the fast. Muslims don't eat or drink anything during the hours of daylight.
Wow.
Yeah, so in fact, once it's even 5 a.m. in the morning, you should have stopped all eating, like you're back to, and so it now depends on you. Some people actually really eat a lot of food, and some people would just think that so that it doesn't take a toll on you, they just take, maybe a small portion, or some people even say because you must put something in your mouth. Some people will say they just drink water. Then when it's 7 p.m. at night, then you do the proper breaking.
Wow.
I even used to know someone in uni. She was my roommate, and she'll wake up like 2, 3 a.m. to quickly eat. She's like, she has to eat
because you must put
stamina.
something in your mouth. You must put something in
you need
your
to have
mouth.
stamina.
There's a lot I'm learning today, definitely. I'm enjoying the lectures. At number 5, Eid al-Fitr. I hope I pronounced that. This is a large festival celebrated to mark the end of Ramadan as it begins the moment the new moon is sighted. Muslims celebrate with family and friends as they prepare large meals and donate to charity so that poor people can also celebrate. The greeting this period is Eid Mubarak.
That's
Yeah,
right.
and a lot of people have been looking forward to this because people have been talking about the fact that Ramadan is coming, and now that fasting has started, people would now start looking forward to the end, like, oh, Eid Mubarak, and then it's best to start preparation for Eid al-Fitr or Eid Mubarak now, because by the time you decide to wait, when everyone is rushing, then the prices of things would have increased. So there's just a whole lot, and I'm really glad that every time we learn through Daily Top 5.
And for people who don't even know that there is the small Odun and there is the big Odun, the small Odun is the one after the fast. Because some people are always looking at, oh, you didn't kill ram and all that. But the thing is that, well, some people, if you have the capacity, some people still do it, but it is the very big one that they now celebrate. And then they, you have Christians going to the Muslims and then they are eating and they're celebrating. Yeah.
Okay, so I hope you guys have learned one or two things. Right now, we'll go on a quick break, and when we do get back, our second guest will be in the building.